Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Welcome to another starter set unboxing video. So if you haven't been following this week, which is, what today is, I think the 16th of September when I'm recording this, so I think it's the 17th, 18th, or I don't know, I have no idea. It's the second week or the third week of September when I'm recording and putting these videos out. Puppy's been having a sort of an upset tummy. He's still got like his energy, he still has his appetite, so we're probably more worried about him than we need to be, but that's kind of been on my mind. But I do want to get these videos out because what I wanted to do was dedicate an entire 7-day stretch to various starter set related videos. I had a bunch that needed to be opened up so that they could go on future polls for the Starter Set Saturday series. So this is the fifth and final one of those that I have for that style of video. And then in tomorrow's video, I will be doing the Starter Set Saturday review of the Alien RPG Starter Set. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be doing a comparison video between the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Beginner Box and the remastered re-release of that. But today we are taking a look at the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game. So this is the Escape from Planet Hulk starter set. I picked this up from Lancelot Games, which is in sort of like the South Shore, like Mahone Bay, Bridgewater-ish area. And every time I go there, like I like to try to get something from them. And they had this there, and of course, as I've become increasingly aware of over the last little while, I am obsessed with starter sets. I just, it's like the meme of Marge holding the potato, and it's just me holding the starter set saying I just think that they're neat. But I really do enjoy like going through and seeing how companies try to create that first impression and how they try to get you to, get hooked into their role-playing games. So this was there, it was nice and bright and colorful. And yeah, I'm interested to see this. I do know that there's another store around where I live called Rainbow's End, which is in Wolfville. I know they've got the core rulebook as well as a couple of expansions. If I were to really get into the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game, I don't think I'm going to, but, that's more just me not being a huge, Marvel fan. But this does seem intriguing, and I am willing to give it a chance. So let's take a look and see what the starter set has to offer. So on the front here, we do have some different characters. We have Black Panther, Captain America, looks like the Miles Morales Spider-Man. We have Black Widow, Storm, and I guess this is the, was it Daphne Keane played her in the Logan movie and then in Wolverine Deadpool. So I think she's like sort of the replacement for the Wolverine character. But yeah, this is like a very nice, colorful looking box style, and it did draw my attention a few times there. And on the back, we just have a breakdown of the components, and there is actually kind of neat. There is actually a little scratch-off thing you can use on the barcode to see if this is authentic. Now, I think this is actually, I don't know if that's on the plastic or not, but we'll take a look and see. But if you really want to make sure that this is an authentic product, there is like a little QR code thing that you can scratch off, which is something I don't think I've ever seen on a starter set before. So that's definitely a new one. And I guess this is put out by Marvel and Come On Global Limited. So CMON. I can't say I've ever heard of them before, but I know that this is an RPG that's been out for a little while, and I do know that it is, from what I've seen, I think this is a pretty well-regarded role-playing game. So let me just get the plastic off here. And we can take a look. Alright, let's get it to split right down the seams there. Removed a lot of plastic this week. Unboxing. This will be the fifth starter set, and technically I do have to open up the Pathfinder remastered one, so that'll be 6 starter sets opened up in the past week. Alright, come on, there we go. We do have a little desiccant there. Now this is kind of interesting. So this is a 3d6 system, I guess. But just the fact that there's two that are the same and one that looks different immediately reminds me of like the Dragon Age role-playing game. I don't think it's that same mechanic or anything. You do have the one distinct die that has Marvel on the ones. And then we've got some tokens here. So we have our player characters. We have a Hulk there. And then just some other more sort of generic bad guys, looks like. Oop. And then we've got what looks like some maps here. I'm just going to leave them in the box for now. But it's cool to be able to... Oh, and okay. I should have shown here. The inside of the box actually has some artwork. So it's not like as good as, I guess, like the One Ring, where there's actually like Game Master specific information on the inside of the box, but that's still cool to have nonetheless. Let's open. Oh, okay. So it does look like these things reseal. So we got our character sheets as well, and it feels like they might be just a little too wide for the box that they're in. Well, let's take a look at what we got here. So we do have Laura Kinney, Wolverine. So I don't know if that's a different character than the one from the recent movies. I don't follow a lot of the recent movies. I saw Deadpool Wolverine because I do like the Deadpool movies. Okay. A little bit of biography. Oh yeah, no, that should be her. She attempt to recreate Wolverine. 5'1". I don't see age in there though, but I guess that doesn't really matter. So traits and tags. So pretty, basic character sheet. But nothing wrong with that. We got like really nice artwork on the front there, and then on the back. So we'll set that over here. Then we've got Storm, Aurora Monroe. Again, I'm not quite sure what the stats mean or anything like that right now. But it looks like damage is whatever the Marvel die rolls times 4 for this, for melee, for agility, for ego, it's more. And then they got different bonuses that they can add on there as well. So, be interesting to go through and learn this system. We got Miles Morales, Spider-Man. From Earth 1610. Okay, cool to see. Then we got the Steve Rogers Captain America. The Natasha Romanoff Black Widow. And then we have the T'Challa, I think it's pronounced, Black Panther. So those are the characters that are available. I'm just going to see if I can get them back into this sleeve here. Okay, so we just have them back in there, and then we've got some books, and looks like some more maps there. So again, I probably won't take the maps out, right now, but that's a pretty thick looking. And some more, same artwork on the bottom there. But yeah, we got some more maps in there as well. So we got quite a few different map locations to use for the scenarios. So we have a book for the powers, a book for the adventure, and the starter rules. So again, we're not going to read through the starter rules, but it is a nice thick booklet there. So let's actually just move this kind of out of the way here. And again, some nice artwork there. We got Rocket, Kingpin and the Punisher with Deadpool, Daredevil, I like how you got Deadpool sitting in front of a table full of minis. So this is, again, a pretty thick. The paper is also nice and thick here as well. And I'll read this more thoroughly when it actually comes time to look at reviewing the product. And I guess the game master for this system is called the narrator. And even a glossary there, so that's pretty cool to see. So, a pretty thick, decent rule book. And then we got the adventure book where they're trying to escape from Planet Hulk. Again, I don't want to go through too much of this. I don't want to show, like, spoilers or anything, but Ultron drones, that's what they are. The tokens there. So that's kind of cool. And then there is a powers book. Looks like just a whole list of different powers and abilities you must be able to add to your character as well. And traits and tags. So yeah, overall, seems pretty interesting. I do like there's tons of maps and stuff included. It is weird that some of these, like I said, they're just kind of curled up inside the box, so it feels like maybe some of the things might be a little bit too big for, or it's kind of a snug fit into the box, but still, we got the maps there. We got 6 different characters to play as. Another bundle with like full-size, like table-sized poster maps, tokens, dice, and yeah. So there we go. That is, again, just the unboxing. So if you played the Marvel Universe's role-playing game, let me know in the comments below how you thought about that. Like I said, I do know that there is a store near me that has the core rule booklet as well as a couple of different expansions. I think one of them is like X-Men, and I can't remember what the other one was. But yeah, this does seem interesting. And it will be going up on a future poll for Starter Set Saturday. So that was 5 straight days of unboxing different role-playing game starter sets. It's definitely been nice to add to that collection, to have more fuel for the Starter Set Saturday series. And again, I just enjoy looking at starter sets in general. Like, I love box sets, but some of my favorite box sets I've kind of learned over the last little while are just like starter sets, and I've really kind of built on that obsession since then. Anyway, thank you all so very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to come back tomorrow where I do a full-on review of the Alien First Edition starter set for the Starter Set Saturday video, and on Sunday I will have the comparison between the 2 different releases of the Pathfinder Second Edition beginner box, and then we'll be back to sort of a more regular, less busy schedule after that. But yeah, thank you all so much. Again, I appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.